June 22nd, 2020. Monday of the 12th week in Ordinary Time.
A reading from the second book of Kings. Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, occupied the whole land and attacked Samaria, which he besieged for 3 years. In the 9th year of Hoshea, king of Israel, the king of Assyria took Samaria and deported the children of Israel to Assyria, setting them in Halah at the Habor, a river of Gozan, and the cities of the Medes. This came about because the children of Israel sinned against the Lord their God, who had brought them up from the land of Egypt, from under the domination of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and because they venerated other gods. They followed the rites of the nations whom the Lord had cleared out of the way of the children of Israel, and the kings of Israel whom they set up. And though the Lord warned Israel and Judah by every prophet and seer, "Give up your evil ways, and keep my commandments and statutes, in accordance with the entire law which I enjoined on your fathers, and which I sent you by my servants the prophets." They did not listen, but were as stiff-necked as their fathers, who had not believed in the Lord their God. They rejected his statutes, the covenant which he had made with their fathers, and the warnings which he had given them, till in his great anger against Israel, the Lord put them away out of his sight. Only the tribe of Judah was left. The word of the Lord.
The responsorial psalm. The response is, "Help us with your right hand, O Lord, and answer us." O God, you have rejected us and broken our defenses. You have been angry. Rally us. Help us with your right hand, O Lord, and answer us. You have rocked the country and split it open. Repair the cracks in it, for it is tottering. You have made your people feel hardships. You have given us stupefying wine. Help us with your right hand, O Lord, and answer us. Have not you, O God, rejected us, so that you go not forth, O God, with our armies? Give us aid against the foe, for worthless is the help of men. Help us with your right hand, O Lord, and answer us.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "Stop judging, that you may not be judged. For as you judge, so will you be judged, and the measure with which you measure will be measured out to you. Why do you notice the splinter in your brother's eye, but do not perceive the wooden beam in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, 'Let me remove that splinter from your eye,' while the wooden beam is in your eye? You hypocrite! Remove the wooden beam from your eye first. Then you will see clearly to remove the splinter from your brother's eye." The Gospel of the Lord.
This is Catholic Daily Reflections for Monday of the 12th week of Ordinary Time. Today's reflection is entitled, "Are You Judgmental?" Stop judging that you may not be judged. For as you judge, so will you be judged, and the measure with which you measure will be measured out to you. Being judgmental can be a difficult thing to shake. Once someone falls into the habit of regularly thinking and speaking in a harsh and critical way, it's very difficult for them to change. In fact, once someone starts down the road of being critical and judgmental, chances are that they will continue down that road, becoming more critical and more judgmental. This is one of the reasons Jesus addresses this tendency in such a strong way. After the passage above, Jesus states, "You hypocrite, remove the wooden beam from your eye first." These words and Jesus' strong condemnation of being judgmental is not so much because Jesus is angry or harsh toward the judgmental person. Rather, he wants to redirect them from the road they are heading down and help to free them from this heavy burden. So an important question to ponder is this: is Jesus talking to me? Do I struggle with being judgmental? If the answer is yes, fear not and do not get discouraged. Seeing this tendency and admitting it is very important and is the first step toward the virtue which is opposite of being judgmental. The virtue is mercy, and mercy is one of the most important virtues we can have today. It seems that the times we live in demand mercy more than ever. Perhaps one of the reasons for that is the extreme tendency as a world culture to be harsh and critical of others. All you need to do is read a newspaper, browse social media, or watch the nightly news programs to see that our world culture is one that is continually growing in the tendency to analyze and criticize. This is a real problem. The good thing about mercy is that God uses either our judgmentalness or our mercy, depending upon which is more manifest, as the measuring rod of how he treats us. He will act with great mercy and forgiveness toward us when we show that virtue. But he will also show his justice and judgment when this is the path we take with others. It's up to us. Reflect today on mercy and judgmentalness in your life. Which one is greater? What is your primary tendency? Remind yourself that mercy is always far more rewarding and satisfying than being judgmental. It produces joy, peace, and freedom. Put mercy in your mind and commit yourself to seeing the blessed rewards of this precious gift. Let us pray. Lord, please do fill my heart with mercy. Help me to set aside all critical thinking and harsh words and replace them with your love. Jesus, I trust